All right, are we back? Okay, I think we are. Hello, hello. Okay, I think we're good. Bro, like, okay, so let's see here. Yo, Jack the Ripper, welcome to the stream. You have Twitch, bro? Yes, I am streaming on Twitch right now. Um, yeah. But I'm not monetized on Twitch at all. I still have to make the minimum requirements or whatever. So it is what it is. Um, but yeah, if because like I think I only have like what 38 followers on Twitch or something, and I need like 50. Also, I need to make minimum like the minimum number of average viewers. I don't have that either. But it's okay. I honestly don't really. I'll eventually get there. I guess I'm in no rush to get there. I was about to say that I don't care about being monetized on Twitch, but I mean honestly, if I do make some money on Twitch, that would be nice. But yeah, the main thing is I'm in no rush. Because I'm already monetized on YouTube, and I make like enough money to fill up my ashtray. Oh, yo, Jack the Ripper, thanks for following. I appreciate it. Okay, that's the path. Ah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I've been streaming for a while, like when I started my YouTube journey. But I was not able to stream multi-stream to Twitch because on my old computer, which had like a 3080 on it, it wasn't able to handle the encoding for 3 different streams. And like yeah, so I had to upgrade my computer to do it. But now I can triple stream no problem. It's just all this buggy stuff. Chris says this back up. Oh yeah, yeah. So Chris, thanks for letting me know. For whatever reason, there was a bug in OBS that just decided to chop off the YouTube stream, and I have no idea why. So I had to restart OBS, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. But yeah, I have no idea why it's doing that. So yeah, I had to restart it. It says everybody is having that problem. Oh, is it a general OBS thing? Because I know like when I upgraded my computer, I have a new 5000 series GPU, and a lot of stuff just didn't work with it. Like because I have stable diffusion on my computer for some AI stuff, and when I switched, it was like, oh, it doesn't recognize the video card for this task or whatever. And we're doing some research online. I had to download a stable diffusion version for Blackwell architecture, which is my 5000 series GPU. And I had to download like a completely different version to make it work. So I thought that OBS was not working well with my um with my GPU. OBS in general is having problems. Oh, that's not good. Rax also had problems today with OBS. Oh, okay. Well, Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. But all we can do is wait for them to fix it. If it's a widespread problem, then I guess the team at OBS is aware of it. But no, I appreciate you letting me know. That social validation calms my nerves. Why is it set up like this? Yo, YM! Welcome to the stream. Is it just me or purple shit drop way less than in past seasons? I have not done a full test on all the bosses yet. But I will say they did get rid of the rotations, so just by that change alone, it's a lot harder to find mythic uniques because you're just running it a lot less, right? One set of materials doesn't equate to four different one set of materials doesn't equate to four different worths of drops from the boss. So that's like kind of issue number one. Issue number two is for the actual drop rate. I don't know if that's actually less. Because yeah, I did Grigor and I got no mythic uniques there. But I did Lord Zir and I got 2 mythic uniques there. So that seems, at least from my limited anecdotal evidence, that it seems like unchanged, though like I don't have a large sample size to say for sure. But I do know that they did increase the mythic unique drop rate as you kind of go upper or higher in the ladder boss, or in the boss ladder itself. So the lower level ones, Lord Zir, Varshan, Grigor, Lorvar, those have a lower mythic unique drop rate than Duriel and Dariel and the Mephisto dog. But like I said, I haven't tried Duriel yet because I'm just farming all the materials myself, doing essentially no group play whatsoever. I'm not trading for the materials or anything like that. Yeah. That says they really need to buff Spiritborn, man. It's kind of mid for pit pushing right now. You know, that's just the nature of the meta, okay? Some builds are up and some builds are down. Yeah. Yo, Cohen 420, welcome to the stream. What build are you using? I'm using a build called Whirlwind Petquake. That's the build. Do you get one shot when bossing? Well, I mean, I'm pretty strong. I'm strong enough to not die from, or rather to kill him fast enough while bossing. So like, I don't have that concern. Yeah. But I can tell you, like, when I'm doing the pit and stuff, I can take 1 or 2 hits before I die while in the pit. So I guess the answer is yes. Kind of says, sadly, there's always one build for every class that can actually push. Yeah, and you'll see what they are if you go to hellties.com. There's a pit leaderboard, and the balance is relatively good this season, to be honest. Nope. I can do one more really quick. One more before I have to go to town. Yo, Mr. Panda! Welcome to the stream. Hey man, you playing Barb? Yes sir! What you're seeing on the screen right now is the Barbarian indeed. On average, how much damage are you hitting? Oh, I don't really pay attention to that. Let's see here. I think I hit for. Well, yeah, I'll say like the big damage numbers that I see like is I regularly see like 40 billion, 30 billion. So yeah, but those are like the on the top end. As far as average, I actually don't know. Cause like yeah, I'm hitting sometimes for 300k, and then other times I'm hitting for billions. It just kind of depends. So yeah. Thanks, bro, for the warm welcome. How far in pit are you able to clear at the moment? I haven't tried pushing. That's I actually play for my YouTube videos, so it's mainly just the farming because that's just what I like to do. But the highest pit that I've gone, I think, is pit 95 so far. So yeah, I can probably push a lot higher if I really tried, but I mean, like my glyphs aren't even at 100, level 100. So yeah, and I mean, like I'm strong enough to do all the content that I want to do anyways on Torment 4. So yeah, I don't necessarily feel the need to push the pit. I feel the need to farm. Summoner Barb seems interesting at the moment. Never seen a proper Barb build. Oh yeah, I mean Barb is kind of the middle of the pack right now. The main meta for the season seems to be the sorceress with that lightning spear. Yeah. Legion Zellinger, welcome to the stream. Hi, my friend. Hello, friend. Oh, I can just go straight to the end. Casual Threat says, "Can I see your build? I'm doing a Whirlwind Barb as well." Hold on. Let me finish this, and then I'll link the build guide that I'm following. It's not my build. I'm following somebody else. You may know a content creator by the name of Rob. This is his build. So yeah, I'm using a modified version of it to and like there's actually like a minimum level of gear that you need for it to be effective. So just keep that in mind. Axe, mace. Oh, I don't know if I want to keep that. I'll hold on to it just in case, I guess. Okay, so this is the build that I'm using right now. Alright, let's put this in here and then get rid of the rest of this.
Come back if you need the forge.
Wait, hold on. There it is. Okay. only started playing 2 weeks ago, but yeah, I was lucky enough to pick Source for my first time playing any Diablo ever. Now Lightning Spear is a hard carry for me. Ah, you lucked out. Sweet. What kind of tribute are you farming? Finding it hard to see on the vertical. So I'm farming Tribute of the Titans. So I am farming for the boss summoning materials, and I'm doing science on it. There actually have been a couple questions I received in the past about like how effective farming Tribute of the Titans is for boss summoning materials. So I am running 100 of these to gather the data, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah. I am streaming horizontal as well. If you go to my channel and go to the horizontal live stream, that is also available. Or if you want to see me on Twitch too, that's fine too. I'm on Twitch as well. Yeah. The vertical stream, I don't know. I've actually heard some comments saying that the vertical stream is superior. I'm like, I do not like vertical video. Okay, but you know, it's all good. Yeah, like when cell phones were first coming out, and you started seeing like vertical video before all the websites adapted to vertical video, bro. Like I was a huge proponent of saying don't take vertical video, turn it horizontally. It's better. It's way better. Yeah. And you know, I still kind of feel that today, even when vertical video is getting market share and everything, bro. Yo, Michael, are you doing good, sir? Vertical is preferred by the kiddies. You're missing so much of the screen, though. I don't get it. You know, like this might be like the us turning into old men part of the life. You know, like it's like, oh my god, get off my lawn, right? It's like don't watch vertical video. But like I don't think they care. Like, bro, when I watch some vertical videos, like there's just so much on the screen. It's like, what are you like? What are you even watching? Like all this, all these watermarks, all these banners. You're missing a whole bunch of stuff on the screen. Like, bro, is this really for real? Oh my god. Yo, MTab! Welcome to the stream. How you doing, good sir? Pan asks, are there any other bosses other than Lilith you're struggling with at the moment? No, I don't think so. I think I can farm every boss, like one phase, or at least the lower bosses. The middle ones, I, I, I do a lot of damage. So. All right. All right. It says, will this drop a mythic unique? No. Yeah, Michael says they're growing up with TikTok and don't understand what widescreen is. They even got Netflix testing vertical videos, bro. Like, okay, I try to be understanding, right? Like, okay, you grew up with vertical video, totally fine, but yo, okay, I remember growing up, right? You know, we had the CRT TVs and they were like legit square, right? I think it was like what 4x3 or some shit like that. And every movie that was broadcasted, they had this little they had this little message at the beginning that said this video or this movie has been modified to fit your screen. And I didn't know what that meant, right? And that's because I never went to the movie theater before. Hunter says, yo, is Starless fair trade for false death? No, you can't trade mythics, buddy. Can't do it. It's impossible. It's so bound. But yeah, so like I never actually went to the movies. So when I saw those movies, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm glad I was able to see the movie, right? But that message popped up, and I still didn't register what that meant, right? Until my older brother pointed it out. It's like, yeah, they like movies aren't shot in square format. They like when they cut it up. Like if you go to the movies, you'll see the difference. And when I went to the movie, I still didn't register that comment that he made. Like even though it was, you know, like widescreen and everything like that, right? And it wasn't until I saw a movie at the movie theater, and then I saw that same movie on the TV. So like this was like quite a bit of time apart. And then I saw like the faces being cut off and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, that's what that means. Okay. And it wasn't until I like realized that, or like I made that connection, that I was like, oh, yeah, TV screens for movies suck. Well, you know, that's just what I grew up with, and that's just the way it is, you know. There's just no appreciation for true art anymore. Okay. Like, bro, I don't even like going to the movie theater anymore. Right? I used to go to the movie theater every weekend. Right? Watching the hot new releases and stuff. But bro, I can't. If I go to the movies, I have to go during old people times. Right? So that means like, you know, in the morning or during the day, the matinee pricing. Cause like, bro, if you go on a Friday night, all the teenagers are there, and it's just fucking annoying. Cause they're like all loud, and I'm like trying to watch the movie. I'm like, bro, they put a lot of work into this. Why are you being so disrespectful? And that's a really, really old people thing to say, you know. Like I says, have a good stream, sir. Off to do my errands and grab some lunch. All right, good sir. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. All right, what do we got? Ooh, damn. Oh. Bro. Alright, let's go. Oh yes, the spirits empower me. Yeah, so I'm very much an old man. Formidable. All right. Boom, baby. Ah, yeah, boy. Oh, hungry. Hungry. Yeah, I'm actually not sure if I'm going to be able to make it through all of my Tribute of the Titans by the stream ends. I have 70 to go through. But that's okay. I will just continue on my journey. Science ain't easy. Bro, get out of here. Boom. Alright, I think I just need one brazier really quick. Oh yeah, I guess I don't... I keep calling them braziers. They're called beacons. I think it's the fire that's messing me up. The little blue flame.
was created.
Yeah, so every time I complete Tribute of the Titans, it drops 20 total materials. And that results in a lot. And it seems like I get like a lot more Adjudicators masks too, which is nice. Because you can't farm those any other way. Oh wait. Need oh, I did collect those. Okay. Bro. Okay. Alright, let's go. YMS, are your glyphs rank 100 already? No, they are not rank 100. I think my highest one is level 80. The rest are level 74, 75. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to have rank 100 glyphs, but I can already do all the content that I want to do already. So maybe if I decide to push the pit, if maybe there might be enough time to do that. But yeah, I have a lot of bosses to farm, okay? Yeah. But yeah, pit pushing has never really been my thing. I mean, I'm glad that it's in the game, and I don't know why they don't do like a simple leaderboard like that. But hopefully they do. So yep, nope, it's not maximum rank. Boom, baby. Alright, here we go. Reward upgrade complete. Oh, the death animation. Let's clear my inventory of stuff.
Come back if you need the forge.
Whoops, hold on. I am looking for more amulets. Yeah. Let's go. Boom, maybe. Yeah, so YM, I do feel your pain of the mythic uniques being hard to get. But honestly, I do think it's actually good for the game. Believe it or not. I thought the gear was too easy to get in Season 7. Right, and they need a longer tail. Because like in Season 7, getting all of your mythic gear was faster, like for your top end build, was faster than getting your budget gear in Diablo 2. Like, I think there's something wrong with that. Yeah, 100%. I think there's something wrong with that. Yeah, and like the tail end of the grind, like I mean, I guess it's all right, but I think the whole greater affix thing is there should be something in between, you know, getting your 1-star greater affix gear and your 4-star or 3-star greater affix gear. Yeah, I think there should be something in between that, because farming your basic set for like your 1-star gear items, it's good, and that should be relatively easy to get. And then there should be a like another set of gear that is much harder to get, which would be the equivalent of getting all of your high-end rune words in Diablo 2. And then after that, then you do the long tail end grind, which is getting maximum stars on everything. And it's crazy that there's a PTR now, or a PTR coming up soon. Oh, like that's crazy. Because I was excited for the what they have for Season 9, right? With the Nightmare Dungeon revamp. And I hope that's a permanent feature too, because Nightmare Dungeons do need a lot of help. Like, bro. Yeah. Actually, like, it would be really cool if I can find all 1200 Justicar masks that I need to do Orovar 100 times. That would be very, very nice. Because I already have enough material, I think, to do the Mephisto dog like 100 times. But yeah, if I just skip out on Orvar, I think that's okay. But if I can do Orvar first, yeah, baby. Alright, on to level 2. Rank 1 achieved! Boom, baby. Okay. And go straight to the end. Yo, Bob Ballard! How's it going, good sir? Been a while. Yo, we play the same build. Ah, yeah, boy. Yeah, what do you think of season 8? I don't think we've spoken since season 8 was released. I know that you play a lot in a group. Do you feel good about the nerf to rotations and how you can't do rotations anymore?
Such a pity.
I personally think that it's good for the game.
Forgive you, child.
Cause bro, 400% advantage
Forgive you.
just for playing in a group was way too good to ignore. I don't need either of these. Boss says, just finished a contract, made 12K in a 30-day work every day. Back home until new contract, play Season 8 Diablo 4. Oh, no, because I was working. Oh, I see. Bro, that's a lot. That's a lot of work, but also a lot of money. Damn. Congratulations on that. You mean mythics? I've had 12 to drop since the season starts. But I started a little late because I was working on a contract. No, I don't think I've had that many mythic uniques drop. So I think I've had maybe 6 of them. Yeah, because I disenchanted 2 for the Resplendent Spark. And I made 1 for completing the season journey and stuff like that. Yeah. Amo says, I'm an ambitious person. Yeah, you could say that there's also the day I just want to play D4. Yeah, I mean, Diablo 4, it's a good game, right? But the problem is with the community is that Diablo 4 will only receive good praise until it's no longer the current game. So when Diablo 5 comes out, that's when Diablo 4 will be a good game. Says, yeah, they might nerf the drop a bit. I wouldn't say by surprise for mythics. Oh yeah, no, like there's so many people that are complaining in my comments of my videos saying that the mythic drop rate is too low and how season 8 is the worst season. And I'm just like, no, I think it's good. right? Unfortunately, I think for a loot game to be successful, that there has to be some quote unquote losers, right? Where they play a season and they might not get all the gear that they want. And in that sense, right, they like lost the season. Because that's how Diablo 2 is, right? Like you cannot expect to farm a Jaw rune and a Burr rune in a single season. Like you just can't expect it. If you want those items, then you need to trade for it, right? And then that's how the economy goes and everything. Yeah. Oh, says it's good indeed. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, Winter Hearts, welcome to the stream. Mythic drop rate is good. Rune drop rate is laughably bad though. Lol. I'm 160 hours in and I'm still not able to craft a single mythic due to no runes. Oh, I actually, and I put this in my last video, I was able to craft my Ring of Starless Skies because I got lucky and I found 6 Ohm runes. So,
Will be tested now.
lucky? Yes. Well, I would have, gotten luckier if I just dropped the Ring of Starless Skies instead. You know?
I do this for you. Correct. Bless you, child.
All right. Says I sold 4 greater affix unique items for 30 million each. Bro, how are you finding so many 4 greater affix items? Well, I guess we don't necessarily play the same way because I haven't really farmed Belial Supreme. So I might find some really good gear once I start farming Belial, but I'm working my way up to through the boss ladder, right? The downsides of being a content creator is that, or rather a part-time content creator, because I can't just zoom all the way past everything. I have to keep the videos in mind. After I just bought runes with game gold, not real cash. Yeah, this seems low lol. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I just have to work my way through. Because I want to farm the husks individually. I don't want to trade for them. And it seems like there's like duping going on or something, because like I don't know how you can find so many. The spirit empowers you. Boom. What says I play in a group too? Yeah. I do remember that. Always playing in a group. So maybe the group, the drops are different than solo. Oh, when it comes to the boss ladder, that is 100% for sure. They didn't want to get rid of the advantages of playing a group, but they did make the determination that playing in a group and doing a boss rotation was way, way, way too much of a discrepancy. So yeah, so they brought that in line. So when you open up the chest in a group, you do have like a couple extra items that pop out. There's a formula that they did explain. I just don't remember. I don't remember what it is. I think like for every player that's in your group, like you get like a 50% chance of getting another item or something like that. For a total of like 2 extra items per run. So not the 400%. But yeah, a couple extra items are nice. They're not bad at all. Alright, let's go.
I forgive you, child. I forgive you.
Alright, let's count this out. 2, 6, 10, 12, 16, 21. Wow. Yeah, so the tribute drops are 20 to 23 materials randomized across the bosses. A very, very fun fact, if I do say so myself.
The forge is ready for whatever you need. Come back if you need the forge.
Alright. Another one. I got Banished Lord for Greater Affix and Ugly Bastard Helm for Greater Affix. Those two sold for 30 billion each. It's easy to get runes after with gold. Kind of like you can choose to drop now with Belial. Oh, yeah. Like I mean, I have yet to farm or find 4 Greater Affix items. Like I just don't find them. What is your secret? Alright. The treasure goblin, baby!
Will be tested now.
Yeah, like if you look at the amount of gold that I have, I do not have 30 billion gold. Yeah. Like I actually have to be a little bit careful with my rune crafting. Or sorry, not masterworking and enchanting. Because I can't just not think about it. Probably because you solo, dude. That would be my guess. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, but I mean, like, it is possible that you farm a lot more lair bosses than I do right now. Cause, yeah, cause like you engage in the trading and stuff. I don't really engage in trade. So that would make sense. All right, The Grand Spirit Beacon. I don't know where the end is. I guess I'm just gonna search for. Oh, lucky! It says, yeah, we play different. It's okay. Yeah.
Such a pity.
It is definitely okay to have different approaches to the game.
So much good.
What? Cuirassed Undercity Barding. Oh, it's a cat. Okay, well, added that to my collection. Oh, I have to change the cat as well. Oh, no, it's fine. I'll just do that later. Oh. Nice, man. It's a mouth cat. Good job. Well, no, it's the mount armor. I don't think it's a cat. Full on cat. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and honestly, if I found like 4 greater affix mythic uniques, or sorry, not mythic uniques, regular uniques that I don't even necessarily need, I'd probably want to keep them, to be honest. Like, bro. Maybe the armor is still good. Oh yeah, definitely. I do enjoy the collecting aspects of these things. Where you just add to the library. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to find. Yeah, like honestly, I don't even really know where all the drops really are. Because yeah, like the information, like the wikis for this game aren't really that strong. Not like freaking World of Warcraft where you have like Wowhead and you can just look up any quest, any mount, any item in the game, and like a full list of everything. Boom, baby. Alright, let's go to the end. Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, it's all good though. You know, mount collecting is probably something that I probably wouldn't mind if they added to the game. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So when I first did the Undercity, like back when season 6, I would like always find the optimum route to explore everything, and then just do that route. But now I don't really care. I just go straight from beacon to beacon, and that's enough. Yeah. I know they added the Raven stuff from the Tree of Whispers in a different town. That's a good add to the game. Honestly, the Ravens, I don't know how hard it is to have them code this, but I would have rather they just increase the limit to the number of grim favors that you can hold. If they change the limit to just from like 10 to 30 or something, and like you're capped at 30, and then then you have to be forced to turn them in, I think that would have been way better rather than trying to do this Raven bullshit. Because like if you're in the middle of something and then you're like at the maximum amount of grim favors, and like you literally can't get any more, adding a Raven in the zone doesn't really help because you still have to interrupt your activity, right? But yeah, like honestly, I would be happy if they even upped the cap to 20 grim favors, to be honest. But yeah, the whole like Raven thing, trash. It's probably not that hard to copy it in multiple towns. The Raven, sure, but like even during season 7, where the Raven was in the zone that you were doing the whispers in, that still wasn't that still felt like a subpar solution. You know what I mean? All right, let's go.
I do this.
So much RP.
Child.
6 fury per second. Yeah, I can do one more run before I have to empty up my inventory. Alright, let's see here. Bro, boom, baby. Alright, let's go to the next one. At level 2. Alright, here we go. Boom. Yeah, like I don't even whirlwind that much on this build because everything just dies too quickly. Pretty crazy. Boom. Ah, yeah. That efficiency, baby. Weak.
That looks worn. I can fix it.
Yeah, Call of the Ancients is strong. Yeah, I didn't realize how strong this build was. Yeah. Like when before season 8 got released and I heard the rumor about Call of the Ancients being maybe a top tier build. I was like, really? That's kind of crazy. But like the reason why I was skeptical is because they said, it's a pet build, right? Where you have minions and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like I don't feel like this is a minion build the same way like a necromancer minion build is, but like even though it is super strong in an S2 build, I don't feel like these are pets. Even though they all they come out in like a huge number and everything, the whole like them having a limited sort of what is it, timer on them, like yeah, I still don't feel like this is a pet build. Like I kind of view the Call of the Ancients similar to how I view like lightning spear sorcerers, right? Like you have the lightning spear, it has a mind of its own, and it lasts on the screen for like 10 seconds, right? But like you don't really think of lightning spears as pets. I view the Call of Ancients more akin to lightning spear than I do a necromancer skeleton. Yeah. Let me ask, what's your Call of the Ancients cooldown? So I have it down to 9.5 seconds. and that is actually the most amount of time, or that's the maximum amount of cooldown that you can put on that. So yeah, if I got more cooldown reduction, it would not go lower than 9.5 seconds, because I think the hard cap for cooldown reduction is 70%, I think. Like, I think they implemented that in season 5 or season 6. Probably season 5. Yeah. Honestly, it might even be season 4 after the PTR. I don't remember. Alright, I'm done, boys. Oh, okay. Alright, more materials. Alright, here we go. Alright, that's one beacon. Beacon number 2. On. Alright, on to beacon number 3. Yo, Intensive Chaos! Welcome to the stream. Where do I get Undercity tributes from? So they're kind of all over the place. And there's different kinds of Undercity tributes. So, without being more specific, I can only give you a general answer. So, essentially, Undercity tributes come from other activities in the game. So if you do Whisper turn-ins, that'll get you some Undercity tributes. If you kill lair bosses, that'll give you more Undercity tributes. If you do Nightmare dungeons, that'll give you Undercity tributes. But the type of tributes, they reward different things. So yeah, without a much more detailed answer, or sorry, detailed question, I can't give you a more detailed answer. But if you want to know what I'm doing Tribute of the Titans, which gives me more boss summoning materials at the end of it. And in order to farm the Tribute of the Titans, well, I had farmed them from killing the ladder bosses. So that's killing Varshan, Grigor, Beast Nice, Urvar, right? Duriel and Dariel will also drop these as well. Oh yeah. Yeah. There is an Undercity tribute that will help you get mythic unique items. That has a higher chance of dropping mythic unique items. And that's the tribute of Ascendance, right? It has a unique color on it, like the same color that you find on uniques. And those drop from Whisper turn-ins, though very, very rare. I think with the testing that I've done, like shows that they probably have I want to say a 5 to 10% drop rate on those, but I don't. I'll have to look at the data again. I actually don't remember. So I'm guessing they're rare because I'm Paragon 180 and I have none. I've done a bunch of lair bosses, Hell Tides, Inferno Hordes, Whispers, etc. No, not that rare. You should have at least some. Though I do think that they probably only drop in Torment levels. So if you're not in Torment 1, or at least Torment 1, you probably won't find them. But yeah, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, because like there's different rarities to these things as well. So like there are magic level tributes of the Titans, and then there's rare ones, which are the yellow ones, and then there's legendary ones, and then unique ones as well. So yeah, I think something's off. Like make sure you check your your dungeon keys as well. So like if you see right here, right, I have 61 tribute of the Titans because I have killed a lot of ladder bosses. So yeah, check your dungeon key tab. But yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Such a pity. Akarat, bless you, child.
Intensive Chaos says, weird, I'm going to have to check it out again. Maybe because my priority quest is not finished, because I did it in my first... I did my first in a group with a friend. Yeah, maybe. Though I don't know if this is something that you have to be concerned with, but Undercity is a Vessel of Hatred only activity. So if you don't have the expansion and Vessel of Hatred, then that's probably the main reason why you're not getting them. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah. Like yeah, like where like you don't see absolutely any of them. Says I rolled another Scarlet Sky. It rolled with critical trance, greater affix. Damn. Oh, that's the one that you need. Yeah, I have one with a greater affix on critical strike chance. I super lucked out there. This guy says I have the DLC as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, I really don't know then. Yeah, because like even if you're farming the ladder bosses, like they don't drop all the time either. So yeah, but to say that you have 0 tributes, something sounds kind of weird. Yeah, because like yeah, especially if you're doing Hell Tides and you're opening up the chest and everything, like it definitely drops. Only had 6 ohms left though. Now I'm out of high runes. Bro. Yeah, it kind of sucks that I can't play too often, but it is what it is. I just have to work my full-time job, my regular job. It says thanks. I'll look into it more. Yeah, that is just super weird. I mean, they drop like any other item, and when you pick them up, it just goes into the dungeon key tab. So. But I have all the mythics I need now anyways, so whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, technically, I have all of the gear that I need as well. I'm just at that optimization point in the game. Right, so I've maxed out my armor, I've maxed out my resistances. And I'm using the Fist of Fate as well. Because I used to use resistance boots. So that was Draconoth's Wake. Because I couldn't max out my resistances. But then I was able to get the I was able to get my gems figured out. Corey says, "Oh, Corey, welcome to the stream." Says you need the quest done to get the tributes. Hmm. Okay, the quest might be something similar to like the Altars of Lilith, where you have to do the quest to unlock it on your whole account. Because I don't remember doing any quest line for season 8 to start getting tributes of ascendance. But that is a good suggestion from Corey there, 100%. Definitely try that. If I think you guess, yeah, you did say that you had the priority quest still not finished. Yeah, that would be a very, very good place to start. Yeah, I don't know if like doing it in a group makes that not finish or whatever, but yeah, that is something to complete first.
Will be tested now.
Oh, so that's why the priority quest is still there? Maybe, yeah. I mean, I don't really play that much in a group in this game. So, yeah. Maybe you weren't at the same stage as, like, the party leader, and that's why I didn't finish for you. But, yes. That would be a very, very good place to start. Yeah, you can thank Corey Nelson for that suggestion. Like, a big old genius over here. Yes, but to do it, I need a tribute. Oh, no. You don't need a tribute in order to do Undercity. A tribute is bonuses to the Undercity run. So you can actually run the Undercity without any bonus whatsoever. You can just run it plainly. So unless the quest says you need to run it with this specific tribute, I think you can still get it done. Yeah. Yeah, so you... Oh wait, it opened without a tribute. Yeah. So, oh yeah, you're good. You're good. Oh yeah, when you finish this, and if you encounter a goblin, well, that goblin will always drop tributes. That goblin chest for sure. Ah, yeah. We figured it out. Hungry. Cat says there is a dupe glitch with Kuras Undercity at the cave districts. Oh, is that why there's so many husks floating around? Cause yeah, I can't imagine like husks being actually this common. Yeah. Yo, Tombui! Welcome to the stream. Vast majority of my tributes from bossing and whisper caches. Yeah, that is my experience as well. Alright, oh. The beacon is right here. Boom. Alright, is that all of them? Yes. Damn. Normally I wouldn't mind this kind of layout because I would want to explore like the whole thing, but I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to get the braziers and get out of here. Boom, maybe. Alright, no goblin, unfortunately. I went that way hoping that there would be a goblin, but no cigar. Alright, to the end. Oh, my whirlwind does no damage.
I do this for your sake, child.
Ah, the RP.
I would have done so much good.
That's 4 to charge. Unfortunate. Alright, so I think this is run 29 of the stream. Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Will be tested now.
Alright, here we go. Alright, done. Level 3! Oh, another brazier? I need one more? Okay. Oh, that's kind of weird. I guess I just didn't kill enough mobs along the way. RP death. Kat says, "Fub, if you ever get to Cave District at the boss, you need to die at like the last second, but also kill it, so you can basically respawn and kill the boss again. Only works in the Cave Districts." Huh. So wait, hold on. You said that was a dupe glitch? So, like, you duplicate the items, or is it just you can kill the boss over and over and over again and get fat loots? Wait, so how does spawning a new chest or killing him over and over and over again like allow me to dupe the loots? Yeah, unless we're using like words completely differently, that is something that's possible here. It will give you the same reward again. Oh, okay. So that's not in the past, and this definition could have changed. Okay, I am an old man after all, right? But when I hear the word dupe, it's short for duplicates, where like you have an item and like you want to make more copies of it. So like you basically execute the glitch to dupe the item. That's how I understand that word to be used. But if it's changed, then all right. But yeah, glitching the boss to spawn over and over and over again makes it a more efficient farm. But you're not really duping stuff. I have a video for you. Oh yeah. So you can't put links in. I don't know how to disable that. But yeah, if you want to send me the link, then you're gonna have to join the Discord and send me it there. That's the whole reason why I made the Discord in the first place, was because of folks that want to send me links. But then I'll have to check it out after the stream as well. Because yeah, right now I'm not really doing Undercity to exploits. I'm doing Undercity to do some science. Alright, science for my video. Alright, well, let's see here. What do we got? Oh, yeah, I just need one brazier. Alright. Level 4 rewards. Oh, okay. I'm yelling at marking all my stuff junk. Okay, bro, I'm like 2 hours in and I'm not even halfway through my stack. Like, this is going to take forever. Alright, let's go.
Will be tested now.
Alright, that's one beacon down. Two beacons down. Alright, 3 beacons down. Next level. Yo, Trip Johnson, welcome to the stream. You have a voice for ASMR. Oh, I appreciate the kind words, good sir. Yeah, you can put me on a second monitor in the background and then just listen to my voice. Maybe I do have trouble like filling in dead space for the stream, so maybe I should like make a notepad of like radio police phrases that they would say over the radio, and just kind of say those. Red light at a traffic stop. Over. Tone asks, do you need the mats? I find it easier to buy mats than do this endlessly. Well, if you look at how much gold I have, I'm a very, very poor man. So the answer is yes, I am doing this for the materials, but at the same time, I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Where I'm doing this for the science as well. So all of this is all of this I'm doing to gather the data, right? So I'm gathering tons and tons of data right now, and this data that I'm gathering you cannot get by purchasing it. Gold is cheap too. Oh yeah, but again, right? I'm a poor man. Poor people, sometimes they can't afford cheap things. That's what it means to be poor. Damn. Trip says he's doing it for the science, man. Dang, lol. Yeah, like he's just like, why you poor?
How can I help? There's that.
Okay, look. I don't have a research grant to do this. All right? I'm doing this self-funded. All right? Now, to be granted, I haven't applied for a research grant because I don't think one exists. But yeah. Bob says, not a fan to buy items from website, but for sure some do. Oh yeah, RMT is definitely a thing. Yeah. Trip says, I've watched so many of your 101 videos. Love them. Oh yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm gonna do that here. Although, like, the drops have been relatively boring. I don't know how interesting this one's gonna be. It might be literally like a 3-minute video. Who knows? All right. Jay Sanctum says, it sounds like you applied or thought of a research grant for a project in the past. Oh, no. Actually, look. All right, I went to school in the business school, okay? I'm actually not that smart. So, yeah, there's no research grants to be had in the business school, okay? You go to business school to learn how to make money, and that's it. All right, you don't do research there. Yeah. I mean, my research grant is the YouTube, but they don't pay enough. Yeah. Troop says Shaco. No. Yo, okay, like no, there's actually a funny story behind that. That phrase "no" is not supposed to be. Is not supposed to be funny. It's just that's what it turned out to be. Yeah. Tim says, "Snap, thought you were STEM too." Oh, I mean, I do. Like, there's definitely an alternate universe where I was, like, I would have a degree in the STEM field for sure, right? Like, I like computers and stuff like that, and I like creating things, but You know, it just turned out to be that I went to the business school instead. So yeah, my degree is in finance. So all I know how to do is make money, which in the grand scheme of things is kind of useless. Like, all I know how to do is make money. Like, who needs that? One says, pay to win, my friend. I justify it by comparing it to if I were to go out and spend money. I can stay home, buy a few mats, and just boss all day and get good loots. Yo, like, honestly, like, yeah, if you feel like buying stuff in Diablo 4 is worth it to you, then like, yo, I'm not trying to tell you how to spend your money, okay? Oh, this is not okay. Well. Okay. Yeah. Both of these are not good. Ironic considering how poor you are in D4, lol. Oh, I mean, look, okay. I'm not trying to run a business in Diablo 4, okay? Like, I'm just trying to make YouTube videos because that's and pretend to be a scientist. All right. So yeah, just yeah, that's just me. So says, well, this is kind of his job. Well, yeah, no, like I don't do YouTube full time. All right, yeah. I the amount of money that I make from YouTube is enough to fill an ashtray, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. I think that says, yeah, that's also an insightful thing to say. Careful not to get banned, though. People can get banned for that. Yes. Yeah. RMT is definitely a bannable offense, 100%. Yeah. It says, could be worse. You could be investing in gachas like FGO. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and even then, that's not really an investment. Yeah, it's actually very surprising how many people like don't know much about like basic financial concepts. Because like I read online, like there's this test that you can take where it'll determine your financial literacy, I guess you could say, and it's a very simple 3-question test. And like I guess like half of Americans fail this test, and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, if that's the case, then that's really bad. Yeah, I'll have to look it up, but yeah, this 3-question test is very simple. Like, if you have like $100 and the interest rate is 10% and you have it for 3 years, at the end of 3 years, would you have, and then like the answers are like $130, more than $130, or less than $130. And like I guess this is a question that like a lot of people fail on or something. It's super like, wow, okay, if people don't understand this stuff about money, then I understand why, you know, credit card companies make so much money and stuff. It's absolutely crazy. But I've kind of learned over time that money is not really like a math thing. For some people, it is, but money is an emotional thing more so than a math thing. Which took me a while to get that, but like once I kind of started looking at it through that lens, it's made a lot more sense, like why people make the decisions that they do. So yeah. Yeah, like the most useful thing that my degree has kind of given me is some contextual information about the show Shark Tank. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, when you're in Shark Tank and they talk about like valuing a business and stuff, like I understand a lot of what they're talking about and why they're saying the stuff that they do. Like, oh, you know, because like most people, they're like, they go to the sharks and they're like, I am selling 10% of my business for $100,000. And then they do the math and it's like, oh, so you have a $1 million valuation. And like that's kind of just as far as it goes. But there's a lot of things that go into how to determine if your company is worth $1 million. And yeah, like, so yeah, having that finance degree just kind of helps me understand, oh, you know, like the sort of merger and acquisition part of it, I guess. Because I don't know if anyone's interested in this, but like essentially the whole value, the valuation of the business just kind of is broken down into two things. One, which is I think the obvious one, which is the current value of your assets. So like if you have like a building and all the assets inside, like the chairs, the computers, the value of the building itself, like that's kind of one component of it, right? So you take the value of all of that, and valuing those things can be a little bit tricky. So so there's that, because like you can have tangible assets and also intangible assets, right? Like what's the value of a brand name? Well, that's kind of hard, right? And then there's the second piece, which is the value of the cash flows that will be coming in for the business. So like if you can reasonably determine that, oh, you know, in the next 3 years you're going to be making $100,000 of revenue each year, right? Well, like, yeah, those future revenues have a current value today that you can combine with the assets, and that's basically how you can determine how valuable a company is, really. But even then, like, all of that stuff is subjective. Like, you know, like, oh, you can choose a particular growth rates. You can assume like inflation or discount rates and all that stuff. And reasons for choosing one number over another is very difficult to make sure that everyone's on the same page about. So yeah. So like, yeah, I know how to do that kind of stuff, which helps me understand and explain Shark Tank, I guess. But explaining Shark Tank is a useless skill, okay? Because yeah, I'll just go to a party and they happen to have Shark Tank on, and I'll just like, yeah, okay, I could explain what Kevin O'Leary is thinking when he says this or that. And that's it. Like, useless skill, okay? One says, I think if they were going to throw away a mass ban for RMT, they would have done it already. I've been buying mats since season 2. Damn. We got a rich man over here, able to throw. He has disposable income, right? Not a lot of people have disposable income. I'm not even saying disposable income to spend on Diablo 4, just disposable income in general. Because like when you're like when you read a headline where people can't afford an unexpected $800 expense or whatever, or is it $400? Like some people are not doing that well. Yeah, because like, what is it? I think I read recently that like when it comes to consumer debt, credit card debt, that it's at an all-time high, and also defaults are at an all-time high as well. Like yeah, like people are not paying their credit card bills. But yeah, doing looking into the research, the main reason for that is I think the interest rates go up, right, and then they apply to like the credit cards, and so the credit card balance goes up a lot faster and faster and faster, and people can't keep up with that, so they default.
Was created.
Very, very unfortunate for them. Wow. That's crazy. Sanctum says house prices are also astronomical compared to current gen income rates, I feel. Yeah, I actually don't know how big of a deal it actually is. Because if you look at, like, I know, like, for millennials, the home ownership rate was lower than the boomer rates for a while, but they've caught back up. So, like, so when it comes to home ownership rates, they're kind of the same now. And then Gen Z is buying homes at a similar rate as well. When you account for like the age. So when millennials were 21, their own home ownership rate was lower than boomers when they were 21. Or sorry, Gen Xers. But now that, you know, millennials are reaching like their 30s, right? The home ownership rates are about the same as, I would say, Gen Xers when they were I was about to say level 30, when they're like at age 30. So yeah, and I think as far as home prices go, right, home prices are just really, really high in really, really popular places. So like LA, New York, San Francisco. But if you don't live in those really, really popular places, then the home prices are a lot more reasonable. So yeah, I don't know if it's that big of a deal. One says, I'm looking at 1,000 mats for Belial. It's 19 cents. That's 500 runs. No, that does seem pretty cheap, but you don't get data for that. Yeah. Gotcha. Level 30 is valid. Yeah. Go figure. Got to get out of them popular places. Yeah, 100%. I mean, and like with work from home being a big thing, right? Like commercial real estate is like down in the dumps. If you own a building in your like your main downtown center, bro, you're hurting. You're hurting a lot because no one wants to go in the office anymore, and you can't rent out this office space. So sucks for you.
find things, even if they don't want to be found.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not to say that like, oh, popular places should not be building more housing. The only way to address like high house prices in popular areas and even non-popular areas too is to build more housing. You have to build more housing, and that's it. There's no other solution. Like, I've done a lot of research, and I was like, okay, maybe this problem, like, because like the simple solution is like, oh, supply and demand, right? So if you want to lower housing prices, you got to build more houses, right? And then I was doing research, and I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't as easy as, oh, just build more housing. But then, like, as you get deep into more research, it just kind of loops back around, and the solution is build more housing. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, just build more housing. But like, with NIMBYs and everything, the issue with that solution is that it benefits people that are not homeowners. To build more housing, you benefit people that are not homeowners. And homeowners, they don't want more housing because it hurts them. Like, you lower the value of your house if you have more housing that's built. It's just as simple as that. So, yeah. Bob says, I've been a trucker for 12 years. I've made 100K every year, or 100K a year every year. My house cost me 150K to pay off. Not in the city though. Oh, yeah, like if you go out a ways, then housing is all right. Or if you go into like a less popular side of, or like not a popular town, like not the main town, it's totally fine. Sanctum says, crash lower the SOJ market by introducing a billion SOJ dupes into the economy. But that's too ideal of a situation. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think, just making stuff easier to build is super important. Yeah, I think like right now, like, bro, stuff is just so hard to build in the United States. Unfortunately, it's fucking trash. Like, Bob says, yeah, people have to get a real job. Otherwise, forget having a house. Most people don't want to work nowadays. I don't know if that's much different. Though I haven't looked at historical trends in terms of unemployment. Because the U6 unemployment, I don't know if that number has gotten smaller, like that percentage has gotten smaller than in the past. It's my assumption that number is about the same, but I don't really know. I would only agree with that sentiment. Most people don't want to work nowadays if the U6 has gotten smaller. If the percentage has gotten smaller, so yeah. But like I said, I haven't looked into those numbers. Jason says, well, work from home isn't possible for a lot of medical jobs besides office related stuff. Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, I mean you have to see patients, but telehealth is has gotten more popular since COVID. So yeah, I mean that has increased access to healthcare a little bit. Yeah. Bob says in the city it costs $1 million for a simple house. Yup, that's just market forces. Yeah. Still, it's definitely amazing that work from home blew up the way it did. Oh yeah, I mean it did take like a global pandemic for the story to break through, and like every article that I've seen where it's like work from home is like people don't want to work from home, people want to work in an office, like all of those articles are made by people who like own office buildings that are trying to change the narrative of working from home is like a bad thing and people actually want to go in the office and stuff. It's just like well, you ain't fooling anybody.
I do this. I forgive.
You know what I mean? Like yeah, no one's getting fooled.
I forgive you.
Almost a type of gaslighting. I won't go as far as saying gaslighting, but yeah, it is anti work from home propaganda. You know what I mean? They're using misleading statements to change people's opinions about work from home. Like, okay, good luck with that. Yeah. But, market forces are market forces. I mean, there are some people that do want to work in the office, but that is definitely the minority. For sure. Yeah, so much so, like, I actually got rid of my car recently because I was commuting into the office every day for a long time, and then COVID hit. We all started working from home, and I never drive my car anymore at all. Like, so much so that the tires on my car were reaching like 10 years old, and I was like, oh my god, all right, I have to buy new tires for my car. But do I really want to do that for a car where I pay more for insurance than gas? That's a tough ask. Jason says, a buddy of mine is a pharmacist and his job is entirely work from home now. A guy travels here and there, moved from New York City to Texas just to see how it feels. Still happy for him. I mean, yeah, like, you have this... I don't want to call it reverse brain drain, but yeah, like, part of the reason why the city is so attractive is because you have, like, all this talent and the job opportunities. But yeah, like, people are migrating to places where it's, like, a lot cheaper because they can work from home and everything. So... Bro. Oh wait, why did I go here? Yeah, so yeah, I got rid of my car. And yeah, like I do not miss that car or having that car at all. I mean, it was a great car. I really liked it. But yeah, keeping up the maintenance on it and all of that, absolutely the worst. Yeah, like it just feels really bad to buy new tires for it, not to use them, and then another 10 years is gonna go by, and I'm gonna be like, oh man, I threw away these perfectly good tires for nothing. Young Assassin AC, welcome to the stream. What kind of car was it? It was a 2002 Acura RSX Type S. It was black on black. You changed your car or got rid of it completely? Oh no, I got rid of it completely. I still have a car, except it's not my car, it's my girlfriend's car. So we were a 2-car household for a long time, and then I got rid of it. So now we are a 1-car household because we just take her car everywhere. Because it's an electric car, it serves our needs super well. Like, why would I spend money on gas when electricity is cheaper? We just take that car all the time. Yeah. Cause car is your lifeline when you're not in New York City or Cali. Oh yeah. Like the America is very, very car centric for sure. Yeah, like I mean, part of the reason why I don't drive is because we actually had a second car that was it's a 2015 Nissan Leaf. All right, 80 miles of range, and it's totally good for everything that we need to do all year. Like so much so that I had to get a trickle charger for my car for a long time, and everybody kept making fun of it. Like my girlfriend's parents would be like, "Oh, your car's on life support," because they would see the trickle charger connected to the wall. And I'm just like, wow, okay. Like, I'm glad that you guys can enjoy making fun of my car. Yeah, so yeah, and whenever I would take my car, they'd be like, "Okay, good luck. Hope it doesn't break down." And I'm like, "No, it's a good car." Yeah. And like it was an old car too, so it didn't have a backup camera and stuff. And I was looking online, I came across this YouTube short or this YouTube video of someone rating a like a car stereo deck, and like it wasn't laggy or anything. Like I guess that technology has kind of made it to car stereos, and you know I'm like, oh, it would be nice to have Android Auto and like you could hook up the backup camera to it, because my car didn't have a backup camera. It's like, oh man, like it was really cheap too. It was like $300 for like the whole thing. For that to install a backup camera, I'm like, oh, that might be worth it. But I don't drive the car, so like, why would I do that? Like absolute trash. At least you don't gotta see a bunch of Cybertrucks cruising through your roads, especially in the summer. Oh yeah, because I'm never on the road, so yeah, like it is what it is. Bob says, for me, a cheap, reliable car does it for me. Oh yeah. My girlfriend had a Honda Accord 1995 or 1994. I'm like, yo, you don't understand how good a reliable beater is. A reliable beater is the best kind of car out there, okay? If a shopping cart rolls into it, you just shrug it off and keep driving, okay? Like, that is what you call true freedom, okay? If you bought a new car and like you're just worried about getting all these scratches and swirls into it and stuff. Like, no, your car owns you, not the other way around. Yeah, a reliable beater is definitely the way to go. Yeah. The only downside with the Accord is that it makes the list for top stolen vehicles. So yeah, I've had my car stolen once. It was not fun at all. Definitely do not recommend. It ruined my day 100%. Yeah. Up says perfect car payoff is the way. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like being a finance major, I can explain the financing of a car, right? Because essentially, a car is a triple threat to your finances, a new car anyway. Because you have first the purchase price of the car, right? And then generally speaking, you take a loan against that car. So you have plus $30,000 and then a liability minus $30,000 because you're taking out a loan on the car. And then on top of that, right, what happens is the value of the car goes down through depreciation. So that's kind of like threat number one to your finances, right? And then you have the loan, which has an interest rate on it. So the negative number against your balance sheet goes up. So you're paying extra for an asset that loses value, right? That is essentially ding number 2. And then the third thing is maintenance. You have to perform maintenance on your car, which is money down the drain. Like, bro. Just so that you can have a new car. No, thank you. People laugh at me with their Mercedes. They don't really understand. Well, hold on, okay? People can laugh at you at their Mercedes if they've paid off their Mercedes, all right? Like, that's a real rich person right there, all right? Now, the majority of people that have Mercedes-Benz probably don't own it outright or didn't pay cash for it. And those people you can laugh at. Or rather, those people, they don't really understand. But if you're rich enough to pay cash for Mercedes-Benz, bro, you rich. They have to pay monthly too for their brand new car. I don't. Yeah. Yeah, you're like increasing interest rates. Sounds like a sucker's game to me. Yeah, because I'm on the same way. I don't have to deal with interest rates. Like, bro, who they think they fooling themselves? Oh no, they're fooling themselves, but also people that are not smart enough to understand finances. Unfortunately, right? Because yeah, like you can see a guy rolling up in a Porsche, but there's only one thing that you understand about this guy that's in this Porsche. Okay, And the only thing to understand is that they have either taken out a loan or paid enough money for that Porsche. And that's it, right? Gives no other indication of anything else. Yeah. If you have money, like a real good job, okay, enjoy your sport car. But I'm talking about people who don't have the cash. Yeah, I mean, people make themselves go broke for that kind of stuff. Sandom says, time to open up market economics lab for Diablo. No, I don't actually enjoy trading at all in Diablo. So yeah, no economics for me. But yeah, so like, I kind of understand where that sentiment kind of comes from though, because like if you think about it, right? Think about these two phrases. Okay, phrase one. Person A has $50,000 in debt. Okay, when you hear that phrase about person A, you think that they're like broke as hell, right? $50,000 in debt? The fuck? Bro, you poor. Right? That's scenario number one. Think about phrase number two or scenario number two. Person B has $50 million in debts. You don't think of a person that has $50 million in debt as a broke person. Technically, yes, they have a lot more liabilities than the person that has $50,000 in debt. But what you're thinking about is like, oh my god, this guy must have some sort of assets to be able to build up debt that high. Like, oh, he must be making money, and this debt is like servicing. Like, yeah, this guy must be servicing this debt in some way to make even more money. Like, it's leverage, right? And that's the difference. Santa says, yeah, to get to $50 million in debt, you have to be crazy rich. Yeah. So I think this kind of sort of extends towards people that kind of look at people that drive around in a Porsche. It's like, oh my god, you have to be rich to get a loan for that much to buy a Porsche or to buy a Mercedes, right? And like, I think that's the line of thinking that they're going through, except, you know, they just don't really live in the real world. You don't actually have to be a millionaire to get enough money to be approved for a loan on a Porsche. So, yeah. But like, I kind of understand where that sentiment comes from a little bit, the line of thinking. I mean, I think applying that logic to someone who owns a Mercedes-Benz is really, really dumb. But it does happen, for sure. Yeah. So like, yeah, and it kind of goes to show, like, you know, like, oh, if you have like a super ghetto ass house, right? Or sorry, no, not a ghetto ass house. Say you like live in a trailer park, right? Like you live in a trailer, but then right next to your trailer is $150,000 Porsche GT or whatever. That just screams trash. Because you spend your money on a Porsche, but not your housing arrangement? Like, bro, that's super ghetto, super trashy. 100%. James says, those sales sound predatory, but it is the consumer that really wants it, though. Yeah. I mean, that's part of liberalism in the United States. Right, just because it may be bad for you doesn't mean that it's illegal. So, yeah. All you can do is just point at that person and laugh. That's it. That's also part of liberalism as well. And you know what? They deserve to be made fun of. Because it's a dumb decision. 100% a dumb decision. Alright, here we go. Alright, on to the end we go.
You have strength. I wonder, are your You fought well.
Oh, you fought well, RP death. Alright, I think I'm gonna do one more of these and then I'm gonna call it a stream. Wow, I didn't even get through half of my stack. I started out with, I think, with like 80 or something. Bro. Unless, was there going to be another expansion for Diablo 4? Yes. I think Rod Ferguson has said that there's like they're in it for the long haul, so you can probably expect like 4, maybe even 5 expansions, and if the game's still doing well, then even more after that. I think that they're monetizing it in a way that will actually provide a long-term path for the game with the microtransactions and stuff. So yeah, I like they've already confirmed that a 3rd expansion is in the works. What it is, they haven't really said, but I can promise you, or actually, I'll bet a sizable amount of money that the next class that's coming in Diablo 4 is going to be a sword and board class, one that uses a sword and a shield. Whether that be a paladin or crusader type, it's probably going to be that. Blizzard is definitely aware of how much or how much demand there is for that type of class. They decided to experiment with the Spiritborn, and now they have to like give in to what the audience is asking for. Yeah, I'd be very, very surprised if they didn't do that. And they've acknowledged so much. They've acknowledged as much. So yeah. The cool thing that the Crusader had in Diablo 2, or sorry, Diablo 3, was that, yeah, it was a sword and board class, but they were able to wield 2-handed weapons in one hand with the shield. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. Bro. They should do that again. Right. Yeah, Paladin, I think Crusaders are definitely way cooler than Paladins from Diablo 2. Crusaders from Diablo 3 are much more cooler than Paladins in Diablo 2, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. Holy Strength or something? Yeah, yeah. So, like, just thinking about that concept is just cool. I mean, like, it doesn't really change the gameplay too much. I guess you swing slower or whatever. But, bro, like, just thinking about that makes it really cool. Yeah, Crusaders might just be overall stronger too, but I'm sure Pallies have their qualities. Well, if you're talking from a lore perspective, Paladins are like the stepping stone to Crusaders. So Crusaders are like the elite versions of Paladins. At least that's what the lore says. So like when you're talking about like someone becoming a crusader, like they take the name of the crusader that has passed away, like, and so that way that there's like I guess like only a set number of crusaders that are out there. But yeah, just that concept is really cool. Like, oh, I can use a 200. So yeah.
Such a
All right.
bless you, child.
Yeah, I thought it was all based on Zakarum before we started hearing about Akarat more. I gotta check up on my Diablo lore. Oh, yeah, I'm actually not sure, but we'll see. We'll see how they sell it when the new expansion gets released. But all right, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for chilling. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.